All right, class. Today I'm going to be going over in this video, which will be on Edpuzzle, the different types of drugs. You will be assigned one type of drugs in these different categories to write your report on over the coming days. So this is just a quick overview of the 4 different types of drugs that you will have one of these in one of these categories. So slide 1, the first thing we're going to look at is stimulants. So stimulants are types of drugs that speed up your body functions. So they speed up your heart rate, your breathing, your digestion. Anything stimulant such as caffeine. The reason you drink caffeine is to help you stay awake. It's going to increase your heart rate, your breathing, and your digestion. And that helps you to stay awake. So same thing with nicotine. When people smoke cigarettes, when they drink coffee, those are all things that help speed up the body. So there's a big difference between legal and illegal types of drugs. Both caffeine is a legal drug and nicotine is a legal drug. However, like things like cocaine, which is also a stimulant, and methamphetamine, which is also a stimulant, those are illegal drugs. But the main thing that they do is they speed up your system. Now, they are all actually very, very addictive. So coffee, for instance, I'm going to get my a little laser pointer here. I am very much addicted to caffeine in many respects. If I do not have caffeine in the morning, I typically get a headache. So even though these things are legal, they can still have negative effects. Caffeine can help people actually function a little bit better, helps them stay awake. Nicotine, provides relief for people and gives them a slight boost. But again, into the body can be very dangerous, so that can really affect your lungs. But the main idea is that stimulants speed up your body functions. All right. The next thing on here is depressants, and depressants are the exact opposite of stimulants. They slow down your body functions. So again, whereas stimulants speed up your heart rate and breathing, depressants slow those down. So there's a picture of a snail to show that the depressants really slow your system down. Marijuana is an illegal depressant, though legal in some states. And it is also, alcohol is probably the most common legal depressant. If you're over 21 years of age in the US, you can drink alcohol. But again, these are all, things that in small doses can, help people with certain things or just provide relief for certain things because it slows down your heart rate, slows down your breathing, helps people to relax. And those are the reasons that people take them. But they do have an effect on your brain function. And that's where, while there are some effects that people desire from these, sometimes the negative effects can be very bad. So your reaction time, things slow down. So that's why when people drink alcohol, it's very dangerous to drive because their brain function is slowed down, and so they react to things slowly, and that can cause severe accidents and lots of problems. Another one that's on the illegal range that's actually much stronger is something called ketamine. That was originally used as a horse tranquilizer. So a horse is much bigger than a human. So you can imagine if that was used to make a horse slow down and so that they could be treated by like a vet or something like that. That's something that could have a very dramatic effect on humans. So depressants, the main idea here is that they slow your body functions down, especially your heart rate, breathing, digestion, and brain function. The next here we have are hallucinogens. These ones are a little bit harder to describe, but the main thing that they do is they kind of make you feel like you are outside of your body. Now, almost all hallucinogens are illegal because they are highly addictive. Now, mushrooms, certain types of mushrooms can have certain chemicals in them that make people hallucinate. Not all types of mushrooms, but certain types of mushrooms. These were originally used in like ceremonies of different Native American tribes. As part of a religious experience, people would kind of feel outside of their body, and it would aid in the religious ceremony. But now sometimes people take them just to feel outside of their body for different experiences. It makes them see things that aren't necessarily there. So that's why I have a picture of like a unicorn. And it gives people a sense of kind of being away from reality. And so sometimes that's why the reason people take it is because they want that sense. But again, it becomes very addictive, and people keep going back for more and more. And so this is an example of LSD. This is often taken when people go to clubs and different things like that. And it gives that people that sense of being outside of their body and kind of like a different place. Some people feel like they are floating. But again, it's highly addictive and can cause major damage to your body. So the main idea with hallucinogens is that they make you feel like you are outside of your body. Opioids. Opioids are another one. This has become a big one in the news because there's a growing opioid epidemic here in the United States. A lot of people have become addicted to opioids, and it starts very simply. People have an injury, whether it's in a sport, whether it's on the job, all sorts of different things, or even just a general back pain. And as a result of that, they get prescribed medicine, and that medicine takes away their pain. But along the way, sometimes people become addicted to them. And so these are some very common types of opioids. So OxyContin, morphine, fentanyl, any type of oxycodone. And they really relieve pain greatly, but then they also have other side effects. And one of the big side effects is that they become very addicting. And as you can see, that they can cause hallucination, confusion, fainting, dizziness. These are some of the bad things. They can make swelling in your eyes. They can make you have hives. They can make you have seizures. They're kind of slowing down some of your body. It's a little bit like a depressant also in the same way as they slow your breathing. And so those things, if people take too much of them, when maybe they're just trying to relieve some back pain to begin with, can really cause some serious issues. So these are the four main types. And as if I go back again, I'm going to do a quick review here of the different types right here. You have stimulants, speed up your body function. So caffeine, nicotine are common legal stimulants, but they just speed everything up. Depressants, alcohol is the most common legal depressant, and depressants are the opposite of stimulants. They slow things down, particularly like your brain function. That's why it's so dangerous to for people to drive under the influence of alcohol. And then there's the horse again, formerly used as that. Hallucinogens make people feel like they're outside of their body. Can be in mushrooms, make people see things that aren't necessarily there, often used in types of like club drugs, as they're called sometimes. And opioids, this is the one that mainly used to relieve pain. But sometimes people get so used to having opioids in their system that they start to feel uncomfortable if they don't have that, and the pain gets worse and worse, so they take more, and they become addicted to them. When something as simple as just trying to relieve back pain may have been the start of that. So these are usually prescription pills. They are legal if they are prescribed by a doctor. But sometimes people try and get a hold of them without being prescribed to them, and that can be a very bad thing. So that is the basic summary of opioids and what are all just the four different types of drugs, and you'll be assigned one of those for your project.